first empties of the year. It was barely Christmas yesterday, and now we're already at the end of January, aren't we? So, project pan target for this year, 2026, I've decided to empty 126 beauty products. I want to finish up a full-sized perfume, and my target for this year is Chanel number 5. And I also want to finish at least one full-sized lipstick and at least one pan, eyeshadow pan. I'm not saying palette, I'm saying pan. I know there are different methods of project panning or, stash shopping as it were. What I'm going to do is target 126 beauty products, of which I want at least one to be a perfume. The rest of it, whatever is in my routine. Somehow or the other, I've managed to acquire more than 50 bottles of perfume in my lifetime, because I have the very first perfume that I bought, Dior J'adore. I still have that very bottle. I have the second perfume that I bought. That is Midnight Poison by Dior, which I have actually used up. But J'adore is definitely not empty, and I have lots and lots of it. At least half a bottle left, more than half a bottle. So somehow I have more than 50 bottles of perfume all over the place. And I need to get a move on. Unlike recent years, I'm not going to disappear until Advent calendar season. I will be doing empties. I will also be doing other videos, including multi-chrome eyeshadow videos. I filmed a couple. The only problem is that the raw footage is more than an hour long, and I need to get around to editing all of that. And I also want to show you my handbag collection. I mean, it's not huge. It's not all luxurious brands, no YSL, no Louis Vuitton, no Hermes, none of that, no Chanel. It's very, very, very mid-range, very Aspinall, Mulberry, Strathbury, Hobbs, and so on. And all of them are black and boring. I mean, I prefer black bags. But yeah, you can take a look at my bag collection over this year before we get to Advent calendars criticism. Anyway, 126 products. Let's see what I have finished in January. Makeup, Zova eyeliner. This sort of liner doesn't last me more than a month. Ever, ever, ever. It always dries up. Maybe because I apply eyeliner above my eyeshadow, maybe it gets the eyeshadow bits, or, particularly because it's multi-chrome eyeshadow. I don't know if you can tell, this one shifts from violet to teal to golden to orange. So I don't know if you can tell. Anyway, maybe because I apply eyeliner above eyeshadow, and maybe the eyeshadow gets into the eyeliner. My eyeliners, these kinds, that is, not the ones that come in tubes or bottles, the pen type eyeliners dry up very, 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 very quickly. A month is maximum. I mean, it rarely lasts a month. So not happy about that, and will not be repurchasing for that reason. Primer is next. Tony Moly Egg Pop Primer. Who remembers this one? Yeah. Fun packaging. All gone. Very, very, very silicone and sort of putty, if you must. Not gamble putty, just the ordinary face kind. Didn't do as well beneath makeup as I would like, but somehow the other managed to use it under SPF. I've started morning walks, so I wear SPF above a primer to keep the SPF on. So this was the primer that I used up finally. As I said, very thick, very difficult to apply. Did not pill or anything, but I felt it wasn't smooth enough. Yeah, however, it did fill up the pitted acne scars nicely. Even so, will not be repurchasing, sorry. BB cream, Cover FX BB cream. This is such a coincidence, because yesterday I saw a message saying Cover FX were going to shut down operations. They would no longer be existing, which is very, very sad news. This is happening to so many brands. The post-COVID world is very, very, very different one. And those of us who are old enough to remember the pre-COVID era, or those of us who want to think of, want to remember the pre-COVID era, it was a much better world, I feel. This one, I'm not happy with it. So many things that I really can't stand. So many things that are mentally quite depressing. And I have completely stopped watching the news or reading newspapers after the whole lockdown thing. Yeah, after the whole lockdown thing. Pre-COVID, I was doing all of that, but post-COVID, no, not going to do it. Anyway, what have I used up? Cover FX BB Gel, mattifying anti-blemish treatment. Have had it for a while. Finally, it separated, and yeah, there wasn't much left, thankfully, when that happened. So, just binning it. Used it up on morning walks and things. The shade wasn't a perfect match either. It was a smidgen too dark. However, I do love Cover FX, particularly their foundation drops, which were excellent on their own, as well as, with other products that you needed to darken a bit or lighten a bit. I preferred using it on its own, you know, as a very, very, very light application, which was quite difficult for me. But yeah, it blended out and spread out beautifully. So I will miss cover effects. Very, very sad news. Will not be repurchasing. Hey, even the brand's not going to be there. What am I supposed to repurchase? Let's do hand sanitizer. Next, you're going to see a lot of these in the coming days. Bath and Body Works, perfect for your handbag, this product and this size, yeah? This is the Ice Lemon Pound Cake. Yeah, it smelled nothing like pound cake. It did smell a bit lemony, that's all I'd say. But these are perfect for your little bags, you know, and I prefer small bags, and I will show you my bag collection very shortly. These are really handy, you know, for little nooks and crannies, even in your tiny, teeny, tiny little bags. So I will be repurchasing them in different fragrances. My favorite fragrance of all time is the Pecan Pumpkin Waffles, which smells exactly like popcorn. Beautiful stuff, that. This one, I won't be repurchasing this particular fragrance. Next, face cleansing cloths. Take-off Touchdown, face and body, yeah, all gone, as you can see that. This came in the CEW beauty bag 3 years ago or so. I've had it for a while, not using face cleansing cloths, and there were 6 of these in this box, which is why you need to be sent the entire box in all these advent calendars, and not just one product. You're one of those little pouches, sachets. These I put in my different bags and finally got around to using the last one up. So here we are. Now let's move on to skincare cleanser. Clarins Cleansing Milk. Not a huge fan of this. It was quite thick and I used it as a first cleanser, not a second cleanser. It's not a lightweight cleanser at all. It's a rather heavy one. So, fast cleanser maybe. Even so, you know, I needed to go in with micellar water to get all my makeup off. So, won't be repurchasing. Misters. Next, I have the Tony Moly Aqua Aura Waterful Mist. All gone, as you can see. Very mild, very gentle. Just, you know, plain water really in a bottle. Spritzed it above hyaluronic acid, my beloved Huda Labo, in order to sort of seal it and get more water. Won't be repurchasing. Plenty of other mists out there. Spot treatment by Wish Strength Sulfur Clean Gel 3% came in a Yes Style advert calendar, I believe, and I liked it quite a bit that I bought a backup. This is the backup. Finally, all over. Quite effective without being too harsh and anti-acne treatment. No complaints. Has a very strong sulfuric smell though. Won't be repurchasing. I have quite a few other acne treatment products at hand. Essence Maison, finally using up the last few snail products that I have because I no longer buy snail products. Maison all-in-one snail cream. Although it says cream, it is definitely not a cream. It works more as an essence. That is how I have been using this. When, you know, I bought these, my skin was in need of them and my skin hated Vaseline and things like that. Post-vaccine, again, post-COVID world, people. My skin has gone bonkers and it can't stand these sort of things. Can't stand snail mucin at all. Nevertheless, you have to use these products up. You can't just throw them because you paid good money for them. So, neck, peripheral parts of the face, wherever you can, once in a while. I've been struggling to use up all my pre-vaccination products. And here we are. Facial oil, Uma oil. Oh my god, this cost a bomb. Remember when Cult Beauty had all these beautiful indie brands? It was such a delight discovering something really, really new and something that would potentially work wonderfully for your face on their website. That was before they were acquired by the Hut Group. Not happy about that either. Again, another post-COVID world change that I can't stand. So this one was a discovery from Cult Beauty. And it was very luxurious, at the same time very lightweight, not a very thick viscous oil, kind of like the pie rosehip oil, only this was a different blend. It wasn't rosehip oil, it was other oils. I've forgotten what they are, but very nice Grecian amphora kind of, yeah. I might actually keep the bottle, it's quite pretty. But I won't be repurchasing this, primarily for financial reasons. You don't want to know how much that thing cost. Elbows and knees, alpha hydroxy acid from Inky List. I can't go near my face with the acid, and I have a pile of acid left over, so all that gets used up on the body. Nothing near the face. And I can't do acid on my neck now because it starts itching. I have chronic urticaria, and yeah, acid's a bad idea. I wonder when my body's going to start hating acid. I'll probably start using acid on my elbows to finish it up then. Serum, this one I will repurchase now and forever. I mean, I don't know about forever. They might end up discontinuing it or reformulating it or something. K-Beauty has a bad habit of doing that. But I have already repurchased quite a few and will be for the foreseeable future. Orentia Red Smoothie Serum, very, very, very nice. I've waxed eloquent about this product, raved enough about it in my favorites videos from 2025. Please do check those out. A wonderful, wonderful serum. I know it's in a tub, it's in a jar, but it is a serum. So there. Face moisturizer, not CeraVe, beneath CeraVe. Good Highly 3-in-1 Wine Active Moisturizer. Gentle, mild, did the job. Needed CeraVe on top. My skin now needs all the occlusives. My skin now needs straight up Vaseline, straight up petroleum jelly. Otherwise, it's going to look super flaky the following day. So I won't be repurchasing. This was a sample free with purchase, I think. Under eye cream. Innisfree Jeju Lava Seawater Eye Serum. Yeah, the lid's gone. This works like this. Yeah, you do that and the product, it's all gone. You do that and the product comes out and then you just apply it like that and pat it in, tap it in at the end if you want. You can just do that and stop. That felt good. This part I like. More eye cream should come in this kind of packaging with this kind of applicator. However, the eye cream itself wasn't that great. Yeah, I think the Sana under eye cream is much, much, much better. That's a Japanese brand. 2 hair care products. Faith in Nature Coconut Conditioner, which I love. Faith in Nature products are brilliant. I use this for CO washing, conditioner only washing. I have a couple of other Faith in Nature conditioners, so I won't be repurchasing until they're all gone. And I put a substantial dent in my conditioner stash. Bath and Body Works has conditioners, so I bought quite a few for the semi-annual sale, and I haven't got around to using those. So we'll be going with those next and come back to Faith in Nature eventually. I use any old conditioner as long as there's enough slippage and I can use it for CO washing, conditioner only washing. I try not to shampoo my hair. Once in a while I do, clarifying, product buildup. I also use anti-dandruff shampoos. FX Tangle Out Detangler Spray. I don't think it did much by way of detangling, but I persevered. And particularly, when my hair is not in the post-treatment, post-hair Botox. I have hair Botox once a year. It's not skin Botox. It's more like a keratin treatment, keratin blowout. Just once a year. And the results last quite a long time. Once I've done that, I don't need a detangling product at all. I'm lazy. I don't blow dry. I don't style. I don't anything. I just wash, condition, and walk out. And maybe apply a leave-in conditioner or a serum if I can be asked. Come March, I'll be going in for an appointment, and after that you'll see nice sleek locks for a bit. But I don't think this was a very effective detangling product, so I won't be repurchasing for that reason. Lastly, Bath and Body Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede Body Cream. It came in this huge glass jar, very thick and heavy glass jar. Hydration-wise, no problem. Fragrance-wise, not much. There was no fragrance, no strong fragrance, no hint of the lovely cologne, Peony and Blush Suede cologne. So I wasn't too happy with that. Won't be repurchasing body creams from Jo Malone. It is not their specialty, but it was fun to try. I like the hydration and the thickness of the cream. What I don't like is that the fragrance was quite poor. So 16 products that I used up in January, which leaves me with 110 products to get through in 11 months, which means I need to use 11 products per month for the rest of the year, that is. Will I get there? Stay tuned to find out. Please tell me in the comments what you have used up, what your thoughts are on any of these. I would love to know. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up. Please do the subscribe button. Please do ring the notifications bell. And I'll speak to you soon.